DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's show from DJNTV, Disc Jockey News TV. Tonight's show is brought to you by Electra Voice, DJ Event Planner, DJ Trivia, Odyssey Innovative Designs and Cases, NLFX Professional, Promo Only, and the DJNTV Insiders. It's time for Tuesday Night Live Chat with Brian S. Red and John Young.
Come on.
No, we hope to be live.
Now we're live. It just took some time to get over there.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Good evening.
We're excited.
It is. It's kind of an exciting time. We're getting ready. We're just talking about next week. We're going to be in the big city of Las Vegas. Yes. And that's really what I wanted to kind of talk about is we're at DJNTV Convention. You guys have heard about it. If you haven't, DJNTV.com/show. The links are in the description below. Check that part out. For those of you who are attending, there are going to be some different things that are happening at this year's show, and one of those is kind of that chill lounge area. Another side part is that, and Brian, you and Jay haven't heard this yet, and I didn't get to share this with you, but we have...
I'm always the last to know.
Riding a bull.
No, there's a... Yeah, that'd be great. Well, I'm bull riding and going to chill room. There are, I believe, somewhere in the ballpark of about 200 DJs or so that have exhibit-only passes, which will get them into the chill room. And it's like, this is for those who are on a tight budget that, maybe can't afford the full exhibit hall pass, or there's folks who just don't connect well in that type of a learning environment. That's really the impetus of the chill room from where you came up with that, Brian. Kind of for those who are wondering about where it came from, explain that idea a little bit.
Well, it was my fault. And the reason I came up with the reason I suggested this idea is because when I go to these conventions, I like to just kind of talk to people. I want to have a little time where I can sit down, find out who they are, what they're doing, and chat and learn and talk about music and whatever. I'm less of a seminar guy. I'm much less of an expo hall guy. That's the part that I enjoy. The only problem is there's never a designated area to do that. Not really. Not any place fun. So I thought, hey, let's put a designated chill lounge together. It's kind of a meeting spot, a central meeting spot for everyone to go and just relax and talk shop and charge their phone or listen to some tunes. And yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I know when I first started going to Mobile Beat, we used to do the Bistro Bar. That's where everybody met. And then stupid me decided to do some kind of DJ thing one year, and then I didn't want to do it the next year. So somebody decided to take it into another bar, which spread everybody out, and there was no longer that central meeting place anymore, which sucked. So now it's official. This is where we meet during the day, and we can just hang and talk, and so there it is. And it's sponsored by a couple people. I know Ape Labs is sponsoring.
Yep, and DJ Event Planner is also, they're going to be sponsoring the room. So
nice.
Yeah.
Now, with the Ape stuff, I'm kind of handling that because there was a changing of the guards this week, and it's all good. But I'm going to step in and actually bring my lighting from home to light up the room with Ape lights. So that'll be fun. It all goes in suitcases, and Stevie and I can bring that. My daughter will be there, by the way, and she's excited about going. She's never been to Vegas. She is an adult, so it's not like a little kid going. And, she's married and kind of busy with her life, so it's nice to kind of get away with Dad and chill out a little bit.
Have a little time, yeah.
That'd be awesome. I'm stoked to see her.
And Jane knows my daughter. You haven't met her yet, John.
No, I haven't. No.
She's a cool kid.
She's totally cool. Yeah. No, Stevie's awesome.
Of course,
She's gonna be good.
She was really young when you met her. You haven't met adult Stevie yet, but she's not much different than young Stevie.
2 years ago.
Oh, that's right. You were here. That's
2 or 3 years ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you have met adult Stevie.
I'm looking forward to this, and I think the fact that I was brought in late is kind of advantageous because
vocabulary word for you, advantageous.
Advantageous, yes.
Google it.
Due to the proximity, I think what, in my opinion, is going to go down, what I'm hopeful for, and I expect, is what I've learned over 20 years plus of shows, which is the greatest information and knowledge you tend to receive is nickel knowledge in the hallways.
Yep.
I've done probably 50 seminars at various shows, and they're very insightful. They're very informational. They're very, here is the quick setup on this. You can ask questions later. But the things I learn the most of are in the hallways. They're out on the smoking patio. They're at the bistro bar. They're at, wherever we're all meeting socially, because the conversation runs around what it is we do for a living. We're also old school, John. And I think a lot of the people attending might appreciate that, because I'm genuinely excited, because I expect to leave there with more than I came with.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's been the case with every show. And I've been going to shows since 97, 98.
Yeah.
I've been working shows since 2005 with an average of 5 to 9 shows a year for 16 years. So I've put in my time, and yet every time I go, I come back revitalized. I come back excited. I said to Ryan Berger the other day, I used to get excited when the magazine showed up and I got to open it up. I talked to Jim Tremaine at DJ Times and said, man, this one article I read like 15 years ago about doing this really changed things. I'm a fan of learning, and I'm a fan of getting better. And I pride myself on saying the DJ that I will be next week is better than the DJ that I was last year at the same time. And I expect the same to be true in a year from now. And that comes from information. We can sit here, we could do this show 10 times a day, every day, and still learn, but it's more impactful one-on-one and person to person.
Very much so.
People come up and say, hey, I do this thing, and you tell them one thing. And that's where social media fails us. You can go on to websites, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want, ask a question of a manufacturer, and they give you an answer. But it's an answer given through typing in long distance. When you're together, your hands can speak, your eyes can speak. You can point and say, if you do this, this happens.
You know what's a drag, though? A real bummer, John. Now, John was he's been the organizer of this. And John, in his ultimate wisdom, I don't know, some guy. Oh. John decided that he was going to have Jay and I co-host the Chill Lounge. And the real bummer part about that is it's so hard to get Jay to talk.
I know. I was hoping
I want to come out of my shell in this. I really do.
I hope he's going to. This would be.
I've been reading books about it, and I want to express how I feel at this show. Somebody asked me today, they're like, so you're doing this thing next week? I'm like, yeah, I'm really excited. Photo Booth Expo, DJ Chill Room. They're like, what's it going to be? And I said, and my brain went to CES last year, 2019, where I was hired to DJ in the Pioneer Electronics booth. The show hours were 9 to 6. I showed up at 7 the first day. I drove in from California, like 2:30 in the morning, got there, set up the gear, and I started to play. And the manager of the booth said, so when are you going to do your sets? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, like, do you have sets you're going to perform? I'm like, no, I just planned on DJing. He's like, for the whole show. I'm like, well, I'll take a break for lunch. He's like, other than that, you're just going to play. I'm like, yeah, that's what you hired me for. He's like, wow, okay, we're not used to that. So that's what I was thinking of today when someone said, what are you and Brian going to do? I said, I envision we'll be sitting there speaking to an audience for about 8 hours a day. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, we could do that.
Oh, yeah, it's easy.
You got to understand, you see this for an hour. We go off air at 8 o'clock. Brian and I have stayed on this Zoom meeting format for 3 hours. Brian and I have spoken on the phone for 3, 4, 5 hours. That's not an issue. So I'm excited because I find that when you talk, people will interject their thoughts and their information. And it's not that, keyboard crap with Facebook. It's
right.
not, well, I'm doing this and I'm right. No, tell us now and then justify it and explain it. And then we all learn from it and we're better.
Nothing beats FaceTime, and that's why these shows are valuable.
Absolutely.
That's kind of what I've gotten out of doing these shows and talking to people, because you lose social media. And John, you know as well as anyone, social media tends to lose context.
Oh, certainly.
Absolutely.
And even though, Brian, I know you very well because we spend a lot of time together with the shows and such. There are things that I will see you type something and I have to wonder what he meant by that. Because the context wasn't there for that for that type of a statement and such. So when I think
it's difficult at times to put it into focus because it's coming in a stream of other topics that have nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, Brian and I got the pleasure of hanging out and shooting some video at another show in Las Vegas out on the patio. I mean, it was one comment after another, and it was a revolving door of people. So even though we were consistent, people were coming and going with like, hey, try this, try that. Mm-hmm. I tell this story all the time. Dave Chenier, who I think is going to be at the show. Yes?
Yes, he will be on Monday. I was trying to remember. Yeah, Monday afternoon.
Okay. I gave Dave some gear for a wedding in Palm Springs like 3-4 years ago, and we hung out. We had heard of each other but not met. I go to get the gear back, and I said, hey, you go to all the Marbecca classes. He's like, oh, I've been to all of them. And I'm like, why should I go? Why should I do anything? And he goes, well, I'll give you one thing. And I won't go into grave detail. I'll tell it at the show if you want to know. Mm-hmm. But he said, how do you introduce at a wedding? And we went over it, and he said, try this. And I tried it. And from that day forward, 100% of the time when I do what he said, the audience explodes in applause.
Sure.
Versus before, where they just kind of looked at me like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
It's that kind of information and that kind of knowledge. Bill DiOrio years ago at the show that happens in August in Atlantic City said something to me at the Ego Lounge. Brian, remember Ego?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And same thing. It was like, wow, I just picked this up. Changed everything. That's what I want. I want to be part of that equation that after the show, people go, I got to come back next year because I learned this one little thing and it changed enough things for me that it got me going in a different direction. We hit play, we talk on the mic, we play the music. We're all worth more and we're all better than that. And I think it takes us as a group collectively to find that out sometimes. And that's what I'm excited about. I'm going to get more out of this show than I'm going to give. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Jay. Good night.
Thank you. When do we go live?
Yeah, any moment now. Any moment. We'll be getting there.
What are people excited about for the show? What are you hearing, John, in your world?
I think just to be in the same room as like the two of you are folks that are looking forward to hanging with the two of you. They're looking forward to.
They're our friends. That's the best part about this.
Exactly.
It's a lot of it is.
And more friend. We know everybody, don't we, Brian? From the Irish pub to Vegas to Chicago. I mean, we've built a good rep. I'm excited to see people. We got to figure a way to get Brian K there, but
this is really interesting.
Outside of that,
this is really interesting. This is something that John and I experienced together in November.
Should you tell this publicly? Oh,
okay.
When we
that's the other story.
Went to the mobile DJ meetup, John, there were a lot of new faces there, weren't there?
There were. Yes, there were.
And that was really interesting because typically when we go to shows, we're used to seeing the same people,
Right.
but new people are starting to come in and check it out.
Exciting.
And it was fun because there was a couple there from Phoenix.
Yes.
And they were there specifically because Bar was coming. They were Bar fans. And they didn't know anybody else. But they got to know the rest of us, and they were like, "Who are you people? You guys are great." So we have these new people on board.
Yeah.
Who didn't know who we were, but they found us through Bar, and it's like that. It's a nice mesh, and it's a nice, what do you want to call it? I don't know what you call it.
It's a bit of an eye opener because we've cycled through people. Like, go back to the first show you and I met 12 years ago.
By the way, Brian Case says he's going to start walking now, and he'll get there.
He'll be there in time.
Yeah, he started walking now. He'll get there in time.
Come on, Brian. We'll drug him and fly him. Discuss this. How sad is that? Now
they did it with Mr. T on the A team.
Yeah. He's got a car. He could drive. What's he got? He's got the Toyota, doesn't he? Get the 4Runner out there.
I don't know.
I think it's fun to watch the industry cycle, but I think what people need to stop and realize, the backbone of the business, it's the peeps that have been around for 20 years, for 15 years, for 10 years. And even though things get better and change with time, you have to sort of look at, why waste time trying to figure out the wheel again when other people have already done it for you? I mean, look at the gear alone. I'm showing gear where it's like, oh, your RCA cables were broken. That's it. That was the technical question. Now it's like, what software, what, iOS, which version of Windows, did you do this? It's all technical. So up and coming people don't know that lust for music,
right?
And that excitement, which, I'm sorry, there's no way to make it digital. When you had to go like this and find something that was, you're the only one that had it. It was like seeing great art. It was finding a sunset on an island where you're alone and no one's going to ever see that. That was the feeling.
John's been doing this for, I think, as long as I have, or longer. And he knows about the records. He knows about going out and cherry picking the tracks.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, but what's interesting about it is, you always think, looking back, that, the older guys were out of touch and they really didn't understand.
No, they weren't.
I think, well, some of them were, but I think in our case, I think that we have something to offer, and we have a perspective that's interesting, because it's not like we stopped in 1992 and didn't move forward. We're still moving forward. We appreciate the technology probably more than the new guys do, but we understand that it's not without its unfortunate repercussions. And I'm talking about really caring about the music you have, and really caring about the tracks you select, and really cherry picking a crate to bring with you in an event, and thinking about, boy, do I really want to bring this track with me? Because I could bring this track instead, and I'm limiting myself to 2 crates. That's what we used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that was a real interesting way to program. I think we were really good. I think that's why the older guys are really good programmers too.
But it's a weird thing. It's not the Paul Bunyan versus the Steam.
No.
Not, there isn't that break in the industry. But at the same time, when people mention about DJs and getting older, the reality is, unless you just go to sleep at the wheel, you're better as you get older because you know more music. Our job at the core is to play music. It's not to play top 40. It's not to play the newest hit that came out yesterday. It's to play everything.
Yeah.
It's to always be immersed in the language that is music. And I can't stress this enough. Yeah, you 22-year-old ballers out there with $30 in your pocket and an overdrawn credit card, yeah, you're the request I need. No, the guy in the back with 3 credit cards and $2,000 in his pocket, whose daughter's getting married, that's the guy you need to play to. So how do you keep them both happy? They both exist. Don't ever short sell yourself on, I only do this. Be multifaceted. Think of any industry you want, Brian. Mechanics, construction, technology, whatever it is. This is one of those rare things where being around longer is a good thing. If you come in late in the game, you're still okay at it. You're still good at it, but you're good in a smaller area. You're not good in a bigger area. I mean, I'm sorry. Like a mechanic that can fix your Mustang, but also work on my 2020 Camry and do both well is a better mechanic to me than the kid that can only do the Camry. Because he's not as well versed. And I'm not putting down, this isn't a give me back a rebuttal that I'm wrong, as much as I think we're in that rare area where with time and experience, we mature and get better and better. As long as we allow ourselves to pick up what's going on today, the technology, the music. Don't turn your back on it. Don't say, oh, this new mumble rap is crap. Yep. Find good mumble rap that's crap and then use that again. Yes, it does suck.
I want to give a shout out to Bill Hoderby, who's in the room. This is a cool guy. He lives in Inland Empire. He's a DJ.
I live in Inland Empire.
Yeah, well, Bill is, I think he's in Moreno Valley. No, that's Temecula. That's for you.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. But Bill's a good guy. He's been a DJ for a while. He's a retired guy, but he's still DJing, and he's
tell him to hit me up on YouTube or something.
Bill's a good guy. Bill's a really good guy.
Always looking for more good people.
Shout out to Bill. Yeah.
Shout out to Bill.
Yeah.
Ryan
Chris Begg introduced me to him.
Yeah.
He's a friend of Chris's.
Oh, love Chris. Where's Chris been? Love Chris.
He's around. Chris is always around.
Doing photo booths.
Yeah, well, not so much. He's doing a lot of DJ stuff too. But back to what we were talking about with the show here, John, I'm really interested to kind of get a breakdown of what's going to be happening. Give us a day-to-day breakdown because I'm not sure.
Yeah, things are going to kick off Monday, the 23rd. Well, for a lot of us, we're coming in Sunday night.
Right.
I mean, that is the 23rd,
Are we going out?
Well, I'm going to have my family with. So I will have.
I've met your lovely wife. We could hang out with her.
Oh yeah, she'd hang out, and then my kids would probably have a great time hanging out too.
Sounds a good DJ. He could play while we're on the party bus, drinking shots of Jaeger.
Yeah, my 4th and 5th grader would love that part of it. But so we're going to be coming in.
We need somebody to drive, John. Come on.
Exactly. Somebody who needs to be responsible. Then Monday in the morning, it'll be kind of time for us to set some of these things up a litut bit, like the chill room and things, and then
what time the chill room opens at what time?
The chill room is going to open up at 1. Ben Stowe's starts at noon in the Brunswick room. The chill rooms are in the Redwood, Sonoma. There's some rooms that are named after trees.
Is this in NorCal?
What's that?
Is this in NorCal? Northern California?
No. But those rooms are based so that Jay would feel more comfortable in them. That's why. But
one called Bud Light?
There is one. I was going to go a different direction with that, but yeah, that was pretty good.
That worked.
So that the chill room and master classes are going to be happening next to the registration desk, which is right across from the exhibit hall. That'll open at 1. The Monday, the registration desk opens, I think, at 8 or 9 in the morning, so you can come in and get your passes and such, and then be ready to go. Both tracks, Photo Booth Expo track and the DJ track, start at noon. We'll have content going on throughout the day. From noon until, I think, 8 o'clock, we have content going on with the 2 tracks. But at 1 o'clock is when the chill room opens, and that's going to be set up. Brian's got some lighting he's going to be setting up in there. We're going to have some music in there. Some DJs are going to be coming in there, not to spin and demonstrate spinning skills. It's really to demonstrate the kind of forgotten musical favorites.
Play your favorite weirdo track.
Exactly.
I thought we were going to stick with like down tempo chill.
It's weirdo tracks.
That's going to be part
of
it. You
can do that too, though.
Yeah,
because I'm bringing the RR.
Just play fun stuff you like.
Right, but like. Is there other gear besides what I'm bringing, John?
No, it'll pretty much be, unless somebody's bringing their own thing to plug in, because I'll have a board, a mixer there that if somebody needed to plug into. Otherwise, we'll just have the XLRs going out of whatever into the speakers.
I'm bringing a flash drive and I'm doing a Yacht Rock
Bring
set.
A flash drive.
Excellent.
Because I'll have the RR, so you can just plug a flash drive in and you're good. I'll be bringing a lot of chill.
Is there a party on Monday night?
There is a party, and that will be happening in the Brunswick room, which is the main seminar room for the DJ track. And that's going to be kind of an 80s throwback networking night. Nice. So it's basically going to be taking the chill room idea into a larger space. And it's going to be open to the photo booth operators also. I believe they're going to have a bar in the room and some different things. So it should be a time to go and hang out and talk and getting to meet not only other DJs, but there's a lot of photo booth folks that are coming in from all over the world, and this is a great time to ask questions, learn a little bit about how they're running their business and handling different things. So it should be good. Then Tuesday, we start right away in the morning with educational content. Starts off with breakfast with the Game Master at 8 in the morning.
The Game Master?
Game Master?
Game Master.
Oh, Scott Favor.
Scott Favor, yes.
Love Scott Favor.
Yep. Yeah, Scott will be doing the 8 to 9 o'clock, and then then the Brunswick room will be that. Then we'll be starting in there at 9, and we have a full day of educational content going on Tuesday. Awesome. The chill room will be opening about, I think, 9 o'clock on Tuesday. And again, the schedules are all out at djntv.com/show. The chill room is open pretty much all day Tuesday. Everything's going to kind of wrap up about 5 o'clock because right across from the chill room, the exhibit hall opens at 5. And last year,
in the evening,
yeah. Last year when before it opened, if there were less than 2,000 people in line waiting to get in there, I would be surprised. That line was like 6 people wide, starting from the door, and it went all the way. And I shot a video, and I'm not sure where I have the video actually. I thought I had it up on the Distracting News, but I think I put it on the PBN-TV channel. But I did the walk. As I'm walking down, it's like, look at this line. And I'm walking, and I'm again 4, 5, 6 people deep, all the way down the escalator. Or down the stairs, multiple thousand people in that line, however many there were. It's crazy, and it's fun. It's makes that that.
I'm trying to figure out when I can break away and go get some ribs, man. We got stuff going on just wall to wall.
Pretty much.
Once the barbecue stand.
Oh, Roll and Smoke Barbecue.
Yeah, the stand, right?
Well, it's a little hole in the wall
place. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. That's kind of on the north about 4 or 5 miles, I think. So.
I was going to say we're south on the strip.
Yeah, and that's up.
To get to Tropicana, it's 18 miles.
No,
it's not. It's like 2 miles.
Yeah, it's
not quite.
If that.
We're like 5.
It's about 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, the airport itself.
But the freeway's right there. You just hop on it and go.
Exactly.
This is true.
Yeah, it's just at the airport. I mean, it's like you've got it's a little residential, then you got the airport or the return car area, then the airport itself, and then the MGM and Trop. I mean, it's kind of how things go. So we're technically there's not that many businesses or what have you between, but it's still about 4 to 5 miles.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. I actually was surprised. I thought when Ben Stowe last night, because I watch everything you do, John. I don't know if you know that.
I saw you last night. It was nice that you joined us.
I'm everywhere. I support. I show love when I can.
You are the man.
But I was like, Ben Stowe's like 200 times. I'm like, oh my God, 200 times in Las Vegas. And it dawned on me really quick. I'm like going on 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally there every month. I'm there. I was supposed to be at CES. That didn't happen. So I'll be there February, March, May, June, August, September, November.
Yeah.
And that's if I don't take a trip, which I probably will. Mm-hmm. But you got to realize you're driving, like people in the Midwest, for you to drive 2-3 hours is not a big deal, right?
No, not so much.
Right. For me to drive to Vegas, if I don't hit a lot of traffic, from my house to the hotel, it's about 3 hours and 25 minutes. So it's similar to what a lot of people would do just getting to a gig.
Yeah.
So it's not a flight, you're barely in the air before you hear, okay, please buckle up, we're descending for landing. It's like a 40-minute flight.
Have we told people the bad news about Tuesday afternoon?
No, that's actually where I was going to head to next before we wrapped up Tuesday.
Wow, what's going on?
Is that for a period of time Tuesday afternoon the chill room will be quiet.
Why?
Because BSR has to leave the chill room to go to the main seminar room.
I can hold it down.
You got to be in my seminar, dude.
Remember, you're the support.
Like in the seminar or in the audience?
You're my Huckleberry, dude. Come on.
So I'm in the audience.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You're definitely in the audience.
Because this is
okay.
Brian will be on stage, and he'll be doing a session on one of his favorite topics.
Not writing anything down to give a presentation.
Hey, I'm working it.
I'm the same.
I got notes. I also do PowerPoints.
Oh, get out! You don't need a PowerPoint.
I know exactly, Jay. You don't need anything. You just go off the cuff. But we're gonna talk music, and we're gonna talk about kind of how you can maybe add some new tracks to your set that you haven't thought about adding. What I'm going to talk about, I don't want to give it away, but I've got kind of a, huh?
You just did.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I'm going to give everybody kind of something to think about. It's going to be very interactive. We're going to be throwing tracks back and forth. It'll be fun because we've got people there from all over the country, and they'll be able to contribute to the discussion. We'll all learn something. Awesome. It'll be fun. I haven't quite finished the write-up yet on my notes, but the core of it's there. I just need to get a wrap on it, and we should be good. I might work on that maybe, I don't know, Thursday, Friday night. I'll get it wrapped up and I'll get it printed, but it'll be good. It'll be fun and very fluff, because some of these seminars can get quite detailed and intense with a lot of information where people are making notes and they're trying, oh, what did he say? That's totally not mine. Mm-hmm. Mine's easy. Mine's a break, but fun. That's how I like to do things.
Cool. So, that'd be good. I look forward to it.
I don't like to lecture either. I like to have conversations with the room and kind of encourage the room to have conversations about things. So that should be good.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun, and we'll have the microphone set up there for those who want to share.
What time is that on Tuesday, John?
That will be Brian's going to be wrapping up the day on Tuesday, so he'll be going on at 4:00 Tuesday.
Oh, okay, cool.
And
are we doing theme music?
You know what? I guess we hadn't really talked about that. Just because we're going to be moving we're fairly tight from session to session.
Well, it's okay if we don't. I'm just saying if we do,
as of right now, I don't
probably have some input on that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing anything specific that way. Doesn't mean we can't throw something in.
You know what the missed opportunity was at the mobile DJ meetup? I should have had an exit song.
Oh yeah.
And I thought it would have been really cool, like that one bit in Hopper Teacher where David Lee Roth says "class dismissed." Dun, dun, dun. That would have been a really cool
way to
exit.
wrap up your.
That'd be a great exit.
Missed opportunity.
You're so close,
Brian. I just got a text on my phone. Brian S. Red tells you how Prince could be a better song choice for every song. The phone doesn't lie, Brian.
Hey, I'm not the one from Minnesota. That would be John.
Yeah, but you could probably.
I know he's all about Huey Lewis, but still.
I was gonna say, yeah, you can put the
out of the bag.
The discussion together better than I.
Likelihood is there.
This should be fun, though. If you guys are going to come, or if you're thinking about coming, or if you're thinking, I don't know, please come. It's just going to be a fun show.
We just looked at airfare unique. With Ben. Flights from Minneapolis are still at $141 round trip.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
Well, why do you think Stevie's going?
Yeah. Inexpensive flights and such.
There you go.
It's
No, this is going to be a good time. I think I think it's the first time in a long time that there's been multiple shows kind of piling up into each other where there's opportunity to learn. And I don't care if it's 10 guys in the Midwest, 100 guys in the East or West. I don't care what the show is. There's always an opportunity to learn. There's always a chance to be better at what you do and walk away from it, potentially making more money because you use those skills, knowledge, and information to better yourself.
I'm just curious, John. Do you know where our demographic is coming from? Where are people coming from for this show?
Our particular
Republicans.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, they're all card carrying.
Awesome.
He said Democrat, didn't he?
What's that?
Did he say Democrats are coming from?
No, the
demographic.
Oh.
Yeah, old DJ.
Yeah, old DJ hearings going.
Right.
Yeah, and there's something else that goes too, but I can't remember what it is. Okay. Really, we've got a couple of people coming. We've Canadian DJs, US DJs. We have a couple that are coming from the European area. I'm not exactly sure which countries they're coming from. I think there were 2 that I saw on the list.
Oh, and seriously, just 2.
There were 2.
Two specifically, he happened to see on the list.
Because I've only seen the people who purchased the full
wow,
tickets.
how awesome they must be.
But we turn around and go to the photo booth side of it. The photo booth, because of it being the more experienced or the larger event, he'll have people from 30 to 40 countries that come to this.
Oh, really?
It's an international event, and that's really one of the big pushes Rob wants for 2021 and beyond, is to make this an international type event that becomes.
Sounds like it already is.
But really to do that 30 on the DJ or 40 side.
Countries.
Yeah, he gets people coming in from all over, and it'll be exciting to see that. But demographic, there's some younger DJs who I've seen on chat boards who are coming that are in their 20s, their mid 20s, but most of the attendees are going to be somewhere between that 35 and probably 55 age group.
Us.
That's us.
Still young, John. Let's be honest. That demo is still young.
Still out there doing. When we talk about high school dances, there's probably still half of that room who are doing high school dances at a level. So they find some of the things that Michael's doing up there when he's mixing some of his sets like he does. They find that more interesting than listening to me talk about the latest Huey Lewis song, which the video is pretty freaking awesome.
Video is very freaking awesome. Have you followed him on all the new talk shows he's hitting up?
I've seen a couple of them.
Okay,
but I haven't.
He sounds good. Yeah. I just know the hearing is the issue.
Yeah,
he sounds good.
Yeah, exactly that part of it. But yeah, how much longer that hearing side of it is always it's a concern.
Tragic.
He's working on it. I'm following it because John's my friend and he cares.
Yeah, and then
I'm following it.
Yeah,
I liked him with Thin Lizzy on Live and Dangerous.
Wow.
Huey
So,
Lewis.
John, do you remember that band he was in the 70s? Remember the name of it?
I do.
Oh, if you wouldn't have asked me, I would have probably been able to tell you.
You don't know?
He doesn't know.
Oh, no. Wait, we might get Brian. I'll give you one better. What band did the guitarist from that band end up joining and has been with for about 20 years?
Oh, I don't know that.
The Doobie Brothers.
Well, go figure.
The guitarist from Clover ended up becoming a guitarist in the Doobie Brothers back in the mid-'80s and has been with them ever since. The guy with long hair. Not the original Doobie Brother with long hair, the other new one. But He was the guitarist in Clover, which was Huey Lewis's group. When he played with Thin Lizzy on Live and Dangerous, on Rosalie, he did the harmonica. Boom. Show me that, you young whippersnappers.
Yeah. See, now I didn't even the whole Clover part was not even on my radar until we had the conversation. You know, the world started.
I was just curious. I mean, it's his favorite band of all time. Do you know where the lead singer came from?
Yeah, see, that's
Clover.
I can see the album because we've talked about the album, and I don't think I have.
You don't own it yet?
I don't think.
Is it the Sport album where they shot it at that bar that they used to play?
Yeah, the Sport.
Or is it 4?
No, 4 had
just him on there going.
Him doing something.
Yeah. There's one where they're inside of a bar and he's standing towards the front.
That's Sports.
That's Sports. Yeah.
Sports. Yeah, that was There's a bar that's still open, up in like Marin County, California.
I thought that was a painting.
It's from the bar.
Oh.
Like they took the shot at the bar, but
and
there's
then somebody painted it.
Right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Excellent. So let's see.
Where's the timer?
No, we don't need a timer tonight. So then Wednesday, we'll wrap up kind of the Wednesday. Then the chill room was open Monday, Tuesday, and it will be Wednesday's the last day of the chill room. Mm-hmm. On Wednesday, what's going to change a little bit is we're going from having 2 seminar rooms, the DJ seminar room and the photo booth seminar room. We're combining, and we're having the morning being photo booth seminars in the photo booth room. Then the afternoon is DJ seminars. Now, the topics on Wednesday are applicable both ways. They're talking about gear and being prepared for problems with that. So for most, it's going to be a day of good content across the board. While that's going on, the chill room is going to be open for the entire day Wednesday. And the exhibit hall is going to open at 11. So you're going to be able to go educational content right away. Then you can go exhibit hall to the chill room, exhibit hall, and become bounce back and forth across the hall there, and hang out and just have a day of learning and checking out the cool things and having some fun and networking in Vegas.
Sounds awesome. Then
Wednesday night, it will be the PBX party. Every year, PBX sponsors one large event, and it's Wednesday night. That's the night he has his party. We're taking over the showroom at the South Point Casino, and there will be DJs up on stage spinning. You'll have it's a bigger, louder version of our networking and chill lounge area. The showroom's got kind of a lot of little pub tables around there, so people can come in there and sit and talk and just have a good time. And it was weird about it for those of us who are DJs and go to DJ events. At photo booth events, people actually dance.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, I get it because it's not a sausage fest completely.
Exactly. Or like people who are more politically correct would say that there are both men and women at the event.
Wait, there's women at this?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the photo booth industry, you have a lot of couples, mom and pop. That's probably the neatest thing about the photo booth industry is in the DJ world. It's manufacturers. You've got your Pioneers and your Electro Voices and these different companies. The manufacturer booths are there. In the photo booth, you have a couple of larger companies, but most of that room is mom and pop shops, or they started as a mom and pop and now they've expanded. But it's still kind of that small family-owned company that is now making this and making that.
That's cool.
So it's a neat thing from that standpoint, because when those folks are done, they want to go out and have a little fun too, because this is their working vacation for half of that room, 2/3 of the room, as opposed to some of the DJ events when you've got the staff coming in from Blue Pinto Lighting or whatever. They come in there, they're working the booth all day, they get done, they don't want to see another DJ because they're tired of DJs coming in asking stupid questions all day.
Yeah.
And it's just a different world with that. So it's kind of a neat experience. And again, because you have both a lot of the business owners are husband-wife teams, or there's many of the photo booth companies who are a women-owned business or woman-owned business. There are a nice mix of folks there, and people will actually go and have a good time. So it's neat to see.
It'll be interesting. Something new. Something different.
Yep,
have you been to South Point?
Me, no.
Okay. I was there 6 months ago.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, just for a few days. I've been there several times. There was actually a mobile beat there, probably
2006.
Yeah, 2006. But there's a bunch of restaurants and bars throughout, and they make it very easy to stay there. Meaning, no matter what you're doing throughout the day, they're good about don't feel the need to hop in a cab or an Uber or Lyft and take off.
Right.
So, I'm sure throughout the chill, we'll probably, as creatures of habit, find one of the local, indigenous alcohol watering holes to end up being like, hey, by the way, later we're going to
that spot. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be just absolutely ideal if I didn't have Stevie with me, because we actually want to show her the town. I don't want to show her South Point. Yeah, I know, but she doesn't drink. I don't drink. We just want to see stuff. We want to do stuff. So when I'm not attending the show, I plan on being on the Strip. I want to show her Fremont Street. I want to just kind of give her a taste of it. And we're both kind of on the same page. We don't partake in, the alcohol thing, but
you like the steak at Golden Nugget. I know that.
Oh, well, that's an option if we're down. It's not Golden Nugget. It's Four Queens.
Oh, it's Four Queens.
And it's not the steak. What is it, Jay?
Well, I got the wrong hotel and meal, so I can't.
It's about the gumbo.
The gumbo.
Man, that's not the memory I have, but that's the beauty of memories in Las Vegas.
I
thought we went to Golden Nugget, had steak one night, didn't we?
No, we went to Four Queens
and
because we were going to go to Ellis Island, but
this is becoming like a bumper sticker.
So it's it's people have asked that question, what's the good time to go out and check out things in the community, and I think
24/7.
It's 24/7. Well, back in the early days when we used to go out there, it's amazing. It'd be 4 a.m. and we were still out somewhere. And the first seminar started at 10 o'clock the next morning, and we'd make it.
Yeah.
But really,
then this is now.
Yeah, it's changed a little bit.
Part of the chill room is brought to you by Geritol.
Exactly. And
can't wait for AARP to bring me out.
Grab a scoop of Metamucil at the door as you go.
Plenty of coffee will be fine.
But the Tuesday night's going to probably, once the exhibit hall, that's opening at 5 o'clock, and you could in 2 hours between 5 and 7. You can walk through the space. It'll be chaotic and it's going to be crazy, but even with that crowd, I will go through with the video and do the video of it. I'm going to do that about 3:30 on Tuesday, and it'll take me an hour to walk up and down. And I'm not walking super fast, and I'm kind of talking a little bit about some of the booths, what have you. Mm-hmm. So give yourself an hour and a half to walk through the room, and then plan to use Tuesday night to go out and have a good time, especially as DJs. Tuesday night's the night to do that. Enjoy the town, because really the first couple of seminars, if you have photo booth, they're going to be helpful to you, no question about it. But really, the first, I think, Jody, maybe at 11 o'clock, I think, on Wednesdays, when our first DJ presentation really kind of kicks in. So you can be there. If you're in there, there's going to be things of value to you anyway. But if you are looking for, a time to go and go downtown to Fremont Street and hang out, because Fremont Street's cool at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, but it's really kind of cool between like 9 and 11.
We're going late for that.
Yeah, that's where you see the kind of weird, freaky thing. And
where else can you see a nun with no top and then get a White Castle burger?
We're just going to.
Those are two interesting things.
Have you guys gone down there in the last couple of years? Like, you got to go east now.
I heard.
Trip. Turn right and go to Fremont East, because that's become like the cool hangout.
Right.
Where like Four Queens and all that is. That's still the mayhem. But going east, and the cool new 2 places I found, Frankie's Tiki Bar and Double Down.
Yeah, I know the area you're talking about.
Yeah.
I heard that they just updated the videos, the ceiling. They just put a new ceiling in.
They're putting in all new sections, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So they updated the LEDs. And I thought they were fine before, but I guess they're new and amazing. If you want
to keep up on things, John, if I can bring out an outside source of sorts.
Sure.
I found an amazing podcast that this couple in Minnesota does weekly and has for like years, called 500 by Midnight. And it's all about New Vegas news and what's going on. And it's amazing. Every week they do a podcast from their house.
Their house
they don't
in
live in Vegas, but they go over all the Vegas news and what's going on, and it's amazing. Like, I found it when I went there for Wedding MBA.
That's interesting. Yeah, I've not heard of such a thing, but
they took the quote from this. You ever seen Swingers?
No, I haven't.
The
We're
movie?
not from Temecula like you are.
No,
exactly.
The one with Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn. Oh my God, you two have never seen Swingers?
I know who Vince Vaughn is.
No, but you haven't seen the movie Dude, please, before you get to the show, do whatever you have to see a movie called Swingers. It's about these guys in LA.
Rent. Are you going to go to Blockbuster?
Dude, I'm not. Okay.
I think there's a red box at my
Hollywood Video has it, I promise. No, I'm telling somebody in the chat room, come on with Swingers. It is amazingly funny movie.
I've tried it and I just couldn't get into it.
Favreau, you did try it.
Yeah, I was like, no, I don't want to do this.
Oh, killer movie to me. Favreau wrote it, produced it, starred in it, the whole deal. Great movie, but the expression, they say, hey, we're going to Vegas. You think you'll be there by midnight? And Vince Vaughn's character says, we'll be at 500 by midnight. So that's where their name came. But things like that, before you go to Vegas, reach out, go to Vegas.com, go to different websites and plan the trip. There's a lot going on in Vegas. You want to be prepared for where to go and what to have. Like, you both know, if somebody says, where should I go get a steak? Forget it. There's 100 places to go.
Yeah. But the other fun thing to do is just to kind of be adventurous and just.
Oh, I agree.
Have a cab dump you off in the middle of the strip and just go.
And just watch.
What's a cab in Vegas? It's Uber now. Yeah, sadly.
You got to call an Uber, though. I'm more spontaneous than calling anything.
Okay, so I'll pay $8. You'll pay $30. Sadly, they're that expensive now.
Yeah, unfortunately, that they are.
Or I just call one of you fools with the car and say, come get us.
Yeah.
And to your benefit, there's a Starbucks in South Point.
Well, there better be a Starbucks in
There
South
is.
Point.
Oh,
We
there
got problems.
No, there is.
Good.
No, they have some great restaurants. They have bowling, a movie theater.
Yeah. It's all inclusive right there. You can just hang out there.
Like you literally don't have to leave. They have a great pool. They have bars.
And again, if it were just me going, that would be fantastic. But Stevie's going, so we're leaving.
You're going to be, you need to go and walk around. And that's that's going to be our probably Tuesday evening itinerary.
Right.
Also,
You got to get the kids out and show them stuff.
And walk around a little bit. And
maybe I'll do like a dive bar Tuesday night safari. We can go to Dino's, Frankie's Tiki Bar, and the Double Down.
Downtown dive bar.
Just saying.
Well, look forward to seeing all of you there.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going. Looking forward to all of it. It'll be a new experience for me, and I'm really excited about bringing the kid down and having you guys meet her, and
it
should be fun. Yeah, Jimmy and I are going to have a rib eating contest on Tuesday night at Roll and Smoke Barbecue. We're going to be a rib eating contest. Jimmy will win, but we're going to have the contest anyway.
Contest. Just to compete with you.
Well, Jimmy's going to win, but I'm just saying, I'm participating.
Romaine lettuce. Sorry, guys, no more ribs for the J-Man.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
More cheese curd. Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
We are now adults.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to be. Well, gang, we're going to wrap things up. We've gone through our 50 minutes tonight. Thank you for being with us this evening. And again, if you are still kind of wondering if you should come and hang out with us, you should pop out there. If nothing else, get the exhibit hall pass so you can go check that out. Come and hang with us in a chill room. Check things out. Get yourself ready for that 2021 event when we have the 25th anniversary of DJ events in Las Vegas. So
yeah.
DJNTV.com/show is the full schedule, and the links and everything are right there. Check it out. Jay, Brian, I'll see you guys.
Awesome. Hope to see everyone there. If not, we will see. Are we going to do this next week?
We're going to do something from this show. I just don't know what times and where we're going to be doing, but
I'm getting barbecue first.
Yeah, we're going to be if we may be doing like little 2-minute hitters in the hallway type of thing, or from the chill room, and record some.
We
stuff.
should do something live on the strip.
We're going to see what we can, but there have been years
that'd be hot.
I've tried to do something.
That'd be awesome. Film us in front of the fountains at Bellagio or something.
Is how the people are walking through and bumping.
Spearmint Rhino is supposed to be a
well, cool Jay, if you're not 3 sheets to the wind by 9 o'clock every night, we could pull something like that off.
Will not be.
So
think and ready to go on the DJ.
Think about that. If you want to go with Stevie and I and shoot some videos somewhere,
I want to go hang with you.
She can film.
That'd be great. We'll do side stuff, but it'd be great to get the 3 of us on camera at once.
Yeah, we can certainly.
Or we could just hold little frames up like this that are orange or green or.
Well, what if we made it a point to get some pictures done of us 3 together for this show?
We could try.
Yeah. No, we'll do that. That's a given.
Well, you say that, but John and I have been talking about that for 6
I get
years.
up early. I'm up at 5:30, 5 o'clock now. I'll be up that way in Vegas. I'm not going to bed staying all day.
I've got to be downstairs early, so I'll be there. But
we could do recaps by the pool. We could get a coffee and do a recap by the pool in the morning.
Kids would think that's an excellent idea because they go in a cold pool to the hot tub, to the cold pool, to the hot tub.
Yeah, no, they do a Wim Hof thing. I'm down with that. It's the whole breathing thing. The guy kills. But we could do this like in the morning afterwards. Like, wow, what a day one. What'd you think? Man, they talked about this. We could do little 30-minute segments that we could offer down the road as highlight reels for Disc Jockey News TV.
Let's see what we can put together. So thank you guys once again, and look for the different things as they're going to be rolling across, because if we're doing something, it's going to be put out to the YouTube channel, so you can find that at youtube.com/discjockeynews. Good night, everybody.